Coming up on CBC Vancouver News. Wildfires continue to burn across the province, including in the North Okanagan, where thousands have been evacuated and homes have succumbed to the flames.
Definitely wasn't a reality that I thought was going to happen.
How fast-moving fires have devastated the region. Plus, a new deal has been struck.
It improves on the long-standing flight credit system by recognizing more of the work that cabin crew are required to perform and increasing the compensation for that work.
After grounding many planes over the busy long weekend, WestJet is ramping up service once again. And could this unique attraction be a future staple in the Sea to Sky region?
Well, it is pretty exciting news that this is finally going to get done.
As we learn more about the plans for Canada's first man-made surf park.
This is CBC Vancouver News.
Good evening. Thanks for being here. I'm Troy Charles. We begin in BC's North Okanagan, where 2 wildfires continue to burn out of control. Thousands remain out of their homes due to the Bradley Creek and Quilpitick Creek wildfires. And some are learning their homes have been destroyed by the fast-moving flames. We spoke to the CBC's Benit Brach earlier from the Okanagan.
Well, Troy, I'm just on the shores of Okanagan Lake, right across the Quilpitick wildfires. You can see lots of smoke there. Earlier today, I could see pockets of orange flames there as well, and it's that copper-colored smoke that's still going into the air here just alongside the beach here.
And Benit, you heard from evacuees today. What did they tell you?
Well, I think, Troy, for some, they're really grieving after they're hearing out about some of their homes being lost. I spoke to one evacuee today, Amber Cardenas, and her family members live on the Okanagan Indian Band Reserve, and they found out that 2 of their family homes have been destroyed today. And I heard from her, and here's what she had to say.
I was very optimistic that our house was going to make it, and to find out that it didn't, and get pictures that it didn't. It's, yeah, definitely wasn't a reality that I thought was going to happen.
You know, so families like Amber's are facing a lot of hardship right now. They're processing what's happening and trying to figure out, well, how do they move on from this, Troy?
Now, Benit, what's the latest we're hearing from officials on the 2 fires on the Okanagan corridor there?
So I will start with the Bradley Creek wildfire. That's the one that more than doubled in size over the weekend. And just for some perspective, it's about 6 times the size of Stanley Park in Vancouver. What we know is that there hasn't been any significant growth with that wildfire. So it's not as active, lots of smoldering, but it's not getting into the crown of the tree. So that is some good news. And then right behind me, as I've just been showing you, the Quilpitick wildfire, this is the one that has been seeing more of that growth overnight. So we heard from BC Wildfire Service on this, and here's what they had to say.
This morning, though, it's mostly rank 2. So again, that sort of low vigor surface fire with a slower rate of spread, which is positive. That'll allow crews and heavy equipment that are working out there today to get in closer to the fire's edge. The fire is very much slope driven in its direction and growth right now. So the growth that we are seeing is northwest and moving up slope, so away from community areas right now.
And so, Troy, it's because of this fire that more than 2,200 properties are still in evacuation order. But, you know, the winds have died down. Crews are still trying to get a handle on this, and we're expecting to hear more later on.
All right, thanks. That's CBC's Benit Brach joining us live from the North Okanagan. Thank you and stay safe. More than 100 firefighters from Mexico landed in Abbotsford this afternoon to help fight against wildfires burning across the province. The crew arrives as over 100 wildfires are burning out of control in BC. Our Jessica Chung joins us live in studio. Jess, you're at the airport today when those firefighters landed. Minister of Forest Ravi Parmar also there, and he answered some questions from the media. What did we learn?
Yeah, well, spirits were high when the firefighters from Mexico touched down at the Abbotsford airport today. They were, of course, greeted really warmly by Minister Parmar, along with representatives from the Mexican consulate and the BC Wildfire Service. Now, these additional wildfire personnel are meant to bring some reprieve to the local crews who have been fighting the numerous fires that are burning around the province. This particular group is slated to be sent to the Big Bar complex. So that complex includes the massive Pear Lake fire, which has now grown to 1,100 square kilometers, and of course continues to threaten the nearby communities of Clinton and 70 Mile House. Now, this group is meant to bring more resources there. And, more is coming. Parmar says around 200 more Mexican firefighters, plus around 100 Australian firefighters will also be joining the fight. That's bringing the total number of additional wildfire personnel from outside of BC to over 500. And this is all to help in what the minister calls a challenging wildfire season so far.
And again, it's why we have our predictive analysis team in place. We see some challenges ahead with weather conditions. It's hot and dry conditions, no precipitation in the southern half of our province. And I'm very grateful for the opportunity that we have to be able to welcome these crews from Mexico. And I'm certainly looking forward to the opportunity to welcoming the rest of the crew from Mexico over the course of the week, as well as crew from Australia later this week as well.
Jess, the wildfire situation has gotten worse over the last few weeks. Some questioning why the province has not yet declared a state of emergency. I understand the minister was asked about that. What did he have to say?
Yeah, well, he said if the province needed to declare a state of emergency, then it would have called one, adding that at this point, he believes that BC has all the resources that it needs. But I did ask Parmar about whether the province is considering declaring one, and here's what he had to say.
If we needed the tools of a provincial state of emergency, we would call it. What a provincial state of emergency does is provide government with extraordinary powers. A provincial state of emergency does not require, in order for us to be able to access more resources within British Columbia, within Canada, or internationally, we have mutual aid agreements right now that help support our ability to be able to welcome these wildland firefighters from Mexico.
Now, these additional crews, the 200 from Mexico, the 100 from Australia, they're expected to touch down in BC by the end of the week, Troy.
All right, that's CBC's Jessica Chung joining us live in studio, and we go over to Darius now with the first look at the weather. Darius.
All right, so about 125 nearly fires burning across BC right now, including 6 wildfires of note, 2 of which either started or were promoted over the weekend. About 50, just over 50 of those fires are out of control, and fire danger remains high to extreme in the southern parts of the province. That's despite the storm activity we saw moving through, because unfortunately in the south, it was largely dry lightning that we got. And this area here under drought level 5 conditions, this is the Okanagan and the Nicola regions, as well as a lot of surrounding areas under drought level 4. So that is extreme to exceptional drought, is why the Wildfire Service has said that this is the most extreme fire activity they've seen in years. For a lot of firefighters, they've never seen anything like this on the ground. And that's partly because of how strong the winds were blowing over the weekend. That's why we saw some growth on some of the major fires, like the Pear Lake wildfire. This is growth over the past 24 hours, but we did see significantly more throughout the weekend as well. The winds were forecast to reach up to 60, maybe 70 kilometers per hour, but in a lot of places, unfortunately, they gusted as high as 80 to 115 kilometers per hour if you go up in elevation. And those winds, even at elevation, do matter for firefighting. That's why we have so many evacuation orders and alerts in place. And later in the show, Troy, we will have a closer look at a couple more of these fires.
All right, thanks, Darius. The challenging conditions continue. And to the south of the border in the U.S., around 60,000 people have been forced to evacuate as wildfires continue to threaten the city of Spokane, Washington. 600 structures have been destroyed, including homes and businesses. Officials say the fires have burned about 30 square kilometers of land and have not been contained. There may be a reprieve, as cooler temperatures forecasted in the Spokane area could help firefighters battle the blazes. All right, the news many WestJet passengers had been anxiously awaiting. The airline and union representing more than 4,000 flight attendants have reached a tentative deal. It has ended a disruption to the airline's operations that led to hundreds of canceled flights, leaving many travelers in limbo. Peter Cowan has more.
The picket lines are down and the first customers are lining up as WestJet flights take off again.
I'm going to be honest, it's been several days of very little sleep.
After a day on strike, flight attendants and WestJet reached a tentative agreement.
It improves on the long-standing flight credit system by recognizing more of the work that cabin crew are required to perform and increasing the compensation for that work.
Neither CUPE nor WestJet is saying exactly what's in the agreement, and flight attendants still have to approve it. But getting paid more for ground work done before flights take off and after they land was a key union demand. Last year, Air Canada flight attendants went on strike for a similar reason.
This will be spread to smaller airlines in Canada. The big two now have a version of it. And then going forward, the language on ground pay will be improved and it'll be pushed forward in future rounds of bargaining.
But even with the strike over, the disruption continues. Kenny Mackay and his fiancée are getting married on Wednesday in Nova Scotia. WestJet cancelled their flights from Glasgow and their families from Calgary.
So we are sitting in the airport on what is supposed to be the happiest journey of our life, heartbroken because it's looking like none of her family are going to be able to make it. Her parents wouldn't have been there, her brother, her maid of honour, her gran, and it was heartbreaking.
They booked new flights for hundreds of dollars more, but still not everyone will make it. It will take time to get the parked planes back where they're needed and to find seats on future flights.
Problem is, they're full. They're all sold. Been sold for months. So there's no seats available.
Some travelers are already being told the earliest flight WestJet can find for them is 5 days away. Peter Cowan, CBC News, St. John's.
A new attraction is set to make waves in BC's Sea to Sky region. Renderings of Canada's first man-made surf park have been unveiled. As Alana Kelly reports, some residents are stoked, while others aren't fully on board yet.
This is such a beautiful place.
Lynn Cook has lived in Britannia Beach for 41 years.
A lot has changed in this community. And
over the years, there's been a number of proposals for a big parcel of land south of the village.
It became a bit of a gravel pit and this and that over the years.
A new development has her excited.
I think as a neighbor, we're very lucky to have it right in our own backyard.
This location will be Canada's first man-made surf park.
It is pretty exciting news that this is finally going to get done.
It's hard to visualize right now, but this gravel lot will be transformed into the surf park.
It definitely adds like the missing puzzle piece to the Sea to Sky corridor. Like when you've got every other outdoor sport you can imagine, the only one which you can't really do is surfing.
The 6-acre surf park is being built by a Spanish company called Wave Garden. It's also built 12 other parks worldwide.
So they can be anywhere from an intermediate wave to an expert wave, which is barreling. Then it goes through an artificial reef or change of gradient underneath the pool, and it goes into a beginner zone.
The second phase will include residential and commercial buildings, and there will be public access to Manatee Bay, a pristine oceanfront area.
We have always maintained as a community that this needs to be a park for everyone to enjoy this beautiful spot.
The new park will be open year-round and is expected to draw locals and visitors.
The opportunity here is that we hope that a new anchor attraction like this would also help drive overnight visitation.
Tourism is a big driver for the economy in the Sea to Sky.
Squamish welcomed 2 million visitors in 2024. There were 408 million in visitor spending. That supported thousands of jobs and contributed 208 million to the provincial GDP.
But not everyone is stoked.
It's great for Britannia Beach, but the bottom line is that the traffic is terrible for everybody.
With only one highway in and out, she's concerned about congestion.
What we need is an alternate route to Squamish and to the Sea to Sky corridor that people can come from and leave from, and it's not the same one all the time.
Construction is expected to start in the new year, with the surf park opening in 2029. Alana Kelly, CBC News, Britannia Beach.
More threats to tariffs hitting Western Canadian farmers. What impact could those have on food prices? That's next. Residents in Southeast BC have until the end of day Monday to weigh in on their preferred time zone. Earlier this year, the Regional District of East Kootenay voted to adopt Pacific time along with the rest of BC. But as Amber Wong reports, many residents disagreed, reopening the debate. Should the region follow BC, Alberta, or stop changing clocks altogether?
In Southeast BC, the question is not just what time it is who the region should align with. On this road in East Kootenay, time changes with the direction you drive. With most of BC set to stop changing their clocks this fall, the transition to Pacific time year-round, the East Kootenays have still not decided whether to join the rest of the province or remain aligned with Alberta on Mountain Daylight Time.
I hate changing the time. I think it's the stupidest thing ever. The idea of part of a province going with another province is silly.
I don't know, like it robs an hour of sleep from you, and when it springs forward or whatever, or backward, and it gives you a little bit later on.
Join the rest of the province in time and space, and yeah, that'd be different, and not feel so marginalized.
In March, the Regional District of East Kootenay Board voted to adopt Pacific time, but some residents disagreed. This Cranbrook resident started a petition calling for East Kootenay to stay aligned with Alberta.
Like, they never bothered to ask people in the community what they wanted. They really should have put out a petition, or they should have put out a referendum. They should have put out something where people could actually tick a box and this is what the people want.
Following the pushback, the Regional District Board rescinded its earlier decision and launched a new regional survey. By Friday morning, almost 13,000 people have taken part.
We don't always agree with the voices, but we do listen. Yeah, you used the word that we should make people happy. We don't feel that that's our job. People are always mad at us one way or another. So it's not about happy. I think it's about trying to make the right decision that we feel is best for our region.
The district says the survey results are not binding, but will help guide the board's next decision. The survey closes Monday night. Results are expected to be made public by the end of the week. A final decision is expected before November, when clocks will normally change. For some, it is about work and travel. For others, it is about health and sleep. And for many, it is about where Southeast BC belongs. Amber Wong, CBC News, Cranbrook.
Threats of new U.S. tariffs are adding further strain on farmers in Western Canada. Many have already been dealing with severe weather like flooding and supply chain disruptions. But as Karen Pauls explains, they're now facing shortages that could drive up food prices.
The corn is a lot shorter here. This is underwater.
Jake Ayer's crops are starting to catch up after record rain, flooding, and hail.
We're at 208% of annual precipitation, so quite a wet year here.
Ayer is also watching supply chain disruptions in the Middle East and trade negotiations in Washington, all hitting his bottom line.
Fertilizer prices, fuel, and then the ongoing trade scenario. This is looking to be one of, if not the most expensive crops produced in Canada.
This is all of the dicot that we have left in Brandon right here.
The latest concern? Dicot, a herbicide farmers use to control weeds and dry crops, especially important in a wet year. Chinese manufacturers use bromide from Jordan and Israel to produce dicot. Much of that supply moves through the Strait of Hormuz, but disruptions there have slowed shipments, creating shortages now reaching Canadian farms.
It would be impossible to get more this season, even if they could manufacture it.
And if that's all not enough, some of the seeds farmers like Ayer sell to the U.S., the target of potential new 50% tariffs August 19th.
It's just another, blow in a year that's already been stressful enough.
According to Seeds Canada, this country exported nearly $500 million of agricultural seed to the U.S. last year. We imported about $530 million. Canada's main seed exports to the U.S. are forage and grass, corn, canola, soy, and rye. 50% tariffs would be devastating and would threaten both countries' abilities to produce food, feed, and fiber.
I think farmers across Western Canada, depending on a couple of things, are going to be feeling the pinch.
Geopolitical tensions and trade disputes are making their way around the world to fields like this one, impacting what's on our grocery store shelves and our dinner plates. Karen Pauls, CBC News near Minto, Manitoba.
And now a beautiful look at downtown Vancouver on this BC day. Darius coming up next with a full look at your weather.
Help.
Hi, I'm Amy Bell, and here's what's in your CBC inbox.
This summer, CBC's hitting the road with the search for BC's best roadside attraction. We're putting the top can't-miss pit stops in a head-to-head elimination bracket, and you get to vote for your favorite at cbc.ca/BC Search. And join CBC's Hayley Lewis on Saturna Island August 14th or Margaret Gallagher in Fort Langley on August 15th for special screenings of Indigenous stories. Details at cbc.ca/BC Community.
All right, Darius Madavi back with us now for a BC-wide look at the forecast. Darius.
Well, it's going to be a hot and dry week ahead, which means we can expect elevated fire activity through the week in the interior. I want to just quickly cover off our other wildfires of note. Ainslie Creek and Brunswick Creek did see some growth through the weekend, mostly towards the northeast and northwest, but now are seeing substantially reduced activity. The Bradley Creek FSR wildfire also not seeing much growth in the last 24 hours, but the Quilputic wildfire is seeing significant activity today based on some thermal imagery that I was looking at from satellites. That fire definitely has the potential to grow pretty significantly as we head into the overnight hours and tomorrow. That's why we have so many evacuation orders and alerts issued in that area. Not a wildfire of note as of now, but I probably wouldn't be surprised to see it upgraded to 1 in the days ahead. And then lastly, the Tower Creek 2 wildfire and the Waite Creek wildfire, both wildfires of note that we're going to be watching for the potential for some significant growth in the days ahead, although activity has been reduced quite a bit today, at least based on some satellite imagery. So potentially some good news there. But again, hot and dry week ahead, potential for a lot of smoke coming off some of the fires in BC, as well as coming up from south of the border and from those fires like the one around Spokane and other fires south of the border. Temperatures, again, coming up over the next few days. Expect things to feel as high as the mid-30s here on the coast for places like Port Alberni or inland Metro Vancouver, and then getting up into the really the mid-30s for the southern interior. Of course, humidex there, not really a factor, nearly as much as it is here on the coast. Very little, if any, precipitation breaking into BC, really just the northeastern corner of the province where we might see that. But the potential for some thunderstorm activity as we get later into the week. Next couple of days, though, pretty stable. Lots of smoke around Kamloops and Cranbrook tomorrow. And here's our 5-day forecast. Again, feeling very hot, but nothing but sunshine in the forecast.
All right, appreciate that, Darius. Thank you. And thank you for joining us on CBC Vancouver News. You can watch this newscast on our free CBC Gem app as well as on YouTube and our website, cbc.ca/BC. Hope you enjoy your Monday night.